Road Dogs!
Every week we quiz each other. Today's quiz for you is Tower of Terror at Disneyland. What's your quiz for me?
Man, well, since we are two knowledge-seeking idiot silly billies on this road we call life, because we're road dogs.
We're road dogs, and
I
we're
feel like we really need to dig deep here and get something real fascinating, because you're going to give me something fascinating, but I'm going to give you something extra fascinating, and we'll see how much you know about movie myths. Things that are, the Munchkins, were they hanged in Wizard of Oz? Did they really all drink and eat queefs on the set of Nutty Professor 2? We're going to find that out.
We're going to find it out. And I'm just going to talk about Tower of Terror. And there's some interesting shit about Disneyland's Tower of Terror, too. And not as interesting as what you just said about
Does it
queefs.
involve queefs?
No, it doesn't involve queefs.
Well, I think it may. Let's see, dude.
All the
One time, my younger cousin was on the ride, jazzing it up. Like, you got to go on Tower of Terror. It's so great, Mom. So she talked my aunt into going, and my brother. It was their first time riding the ride.
Yeah.
And they sat in the middle. And if you don't have
the handle.
anything to hold on, it feels horrible. It feels like you feel your ass.
That's what you're asking. It feels awesome to just be like, I don't know.
Free
if
falling.
you're overwhelmed and stressed out by life, it's kind of fun to be like, you're just floating.
But it was funny to see my cousin look back all excited, like, oh, and then my aunt just like
pissing in her drawers,
dying like of blood pressure issues or something.
Disney, we don't just scare children. Full-grown adults terrify.
Yeah. Well, dude, let's get into some questions about this terrifying
Let's get
classic.
into some questions. Let's get into some. Before we start, I just wanted to, this is like an interesting note that I'm very excited about. No, there have been several proposed ideas for haunted attractions, including a ride based on Stephen King's novels, a Vincent Price ghost tour, and a Mel Brooks narrated ride.
Wow.
Dude, how crazy would it have been to combine one of my favorite filmmakers of all time, favorite comedians of all time, into Disney?
I know.
Mel Brooks. Wouldn't that have been rad?
That would have been so good. And you know what bums me out is I feel like now you're not going to find, unless it's like a blatant property. What was so unique about Disney back then in the Eisner era is that there'd be random properties that they would like go to business with. Yeah. Like Twilight Zone. That was even CBS.
Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
Star Wars and Disney have had a relationship since you and I were little babies.
Yes. And that's what was so cool, because you could get that random stuff. Dude, Twilight Zone, a ride for Twilight Zone. I love Twilight Zone so much.
So rad.
And it's so cool. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, my grandpa used to watch Twilight Zone all the time, and I loved it. It was scary, but like to a certain limit, it was thought-provoking scary.
Right? Yeah, it wasn't just like, ghouls and goblins. It was thought-provoking.
It was boys and ghouls.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, gather round. All right, let's start the friggin' quiz.
All right, let's see what the quiz is over here.
Let's start the friggin' quiz. In which Disney park did the original Tower of Terror open? A, Disneyland Resort. B, Disney's Hollywood Studios. C, Tokyo Disney Sea. D, Disneyland Paris.
Well, it originally opened in...
Wait, did you just look at the answer?
No.
You son of a bitch. Don't you go down and look at things on your phone.
No,
that was a JRT impression.
Yeah, dude. It's...
Which answer was it? That was a Frank Azaria impression. All right.
Yeah, no, it was in the... Disney World, the Hollywood Studios.
That's correct. That is correct.
Hollywood Studios.
And that's
in Florida, and that's where it still is.
As my grandma would say, that's in Florida.
Dude, the original one is very foreboding and fucking terrifying still, because it's like on this hill, and I'm so glad it's still that. It's still Tower of Terror in Florida. So
that's awesome, cool. Dude, Florida always makes good decisions. Okay. What television series inspired the original storyline of Tower of Terror? Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The Twilight Zone, Night Gallery, Outer Limits.
All four of those shows rule so much. Dude, you know, I was revisiting.
I don't remember Night Gallery.
Night Gallery was it was like Twilight Zone after Twilight Zone. Oh. Rod Serling did it. It was in color.
He did?
It was in color. And dude, it was, the Simpsons did a parody in one of the Treehouse of Horrors where they had like, Bart is in the art gallery, and there's like pictures behind him, and they like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was Night Gallery.
That was how Night Gallery worked. Like that's how they got into every like short story or whatever was through the art gallery.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was sick about that time, dude? Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock.
My favorite horror director.
Dude. I know. I was a little ahead of myself there. Him and freaking dude, all these directors got their first shot on those shows. Spielberg's first directing gigs were on Night Gallery. So there was a weird point where Rod Serling and fucking Spielberg were working on the same thing. How
Makes
crazy
perfect
is that?
sense, dude.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got that right. You got the first one right. We're on number 3 now. What year did the original Tower of Terror open?
Alfred Hitchcock.
You stupid son of a bitch.
I know. Oh my God.
Concentrate. This is a podcast now. Start getting serious, motherfucker. All right, here we go. What year did the original Tower of Terror open? 1991, 1994, 1997, 2000.
94.
That's correct. 3 for 3. You're doing good, but it's just luck. It's not that you know everything there is to know about everything.
I
Okay,
don't.
here we go. Which company developed the vertical ride system for Tower of Terror? Otis Elevator Company, General Electric, Mitsubishi Elevator Company, Schindler Group.
I feel like that last one was a farce. I don't know, but maybe it's real.
ChatGPT, you've got a dark sense of humor.
Yeah, boy.
The Oscar Schindler Elevator Group.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Wasn't that what he did when he did machinery? Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, okay.
Otis.
It was Otis, dude. 4 for 4.
Mile and Otis.
4 for 4. Okay,
Four
calm
by-
down. You're getting ahead of yourself, but you really need to stay calm. Your ego could help you lose this next one. I don't want to see that happen. What is the height of the Tower of Terror in Florida? 183 feet, 2,005 feet, 215 feet, and 199 feet.
199.
That is correct. You're 5 for 5, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get the next one right.
Let's see.
Maybe now is a bad time to tell our viewers and listeners the loser has to suck the other one's dick.
Oh,
a very
man.
un-Disney way of winning a championship. They didn't do that in the Mighty Ducks, I'll tell you.
No.
We are the champions.
The Mighty
Okay.
Cucks.
The Mighty Cucks. I actually watched that with my wife with a ball gagger in my mouth while another man had sex with her. The Mighty Cucks. Okay. the Mighty
Flying V.
Cuckstones is also another. It's a ska band about the same thing. Okay. What architecture? Oh, sorry. The Tokyo version of Tower of Terror features oh my gosh, there's a couple of them. I just skipped through it. Why was the height of the Florida Tower capped at 199 feet? To avoid disrupting air traffic, to blend in with the skyline, to meet safety regulations, to save on construction costs. I think you know which one this is. I think you know which one it's not.
Repeat the first two again. Or repeat
To
it
meet
again.
safety regulations, to avoid disrupting air traffic, to blend in with the skyline, and to save on construction costs.
Safety.
It was to avoid disrupting air traffic. You finally
Oh,
got
it's one of those two.
one
Yeah, okay.
wrong. I would have probably gotten safety too, but I didn't take this test, so I'm not the one who got that wrong.
All right, well, I lost, dude. No,
All
I'm
right.
trying to take the lead.
That's why they say, man, nice shot. Hey, nice shot. The Tokyo version of Tower of Terror features a unique storyline about a cursed idol, a haunted elevator, time-traveling hotel, and a mysterious guest. Which one is it?
Well, thanks to a friend of ours just going to Tokyo Disney, I know that it's a cursed idol.
That's it. You got it right.
Yeah.
It's
a voodoo doll.
It's a voodoo doll.
Yeah, voodoo glow skulls.
Voodoo glow skulls.
Voodoo donuts.
Voodoo donuts. Two things that if they were deleted from the history of existence, I wouldn't really notice. What? That would be no offense if you're a recovering voodoo glow skull addict, but they kind of sucked. Okay, here we go. Remember when friends always tried to get you into certain third wave ska bands and you're like, cool. Have you ever heard like Led Zeppelin? Okay. Anyways, you're not really blowing my mind, bro. Okay. No, but there's horns. You're like, yeah, you can listen to Los Lobos. There's horns and a lot of stuff. Okay. What architectural style inspired the design of the original Tower of Terror? Art Deco, Spanish Colonial Revival, Gothic Revival, or Victorian, where they wouldn't allow people to masturbate because it was a crime? That's what I remember when you think of Victoria, and you're like, what a sexy, sexy female's name for a really weird sexual time in history where they were like, we're going to put a cage on your dick so you can't touch it.
Yeah, dude. They were into
Victoria sounds so hot, though. They're like, don't even say the name of the time period. You'll start to get hard and the cage will hurt.
I'm going to say Victorian.
It wasn't Victorian, but they're all pretty good guesses, though. It's actually Spanish Colonial Revival. I would have been Art Deco because
Art
Tower of Terror
Deco.
Tower of Terror here is Art Deco.
Yeah, Miss Cleo's going to take you on Miss Cleo, famous tarot card scam artist. Yeah.
Also, Hank Azaria impression. Okay.
Yeah.
That was not Hank Azaria. This is... Okay, there you go. Which episode of The Twilight Zone provided archival footage of Rod Sterling for the ride? It's a Good Life. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. Time Enough at Last. Or D, Eye of the Beholder.
I think it's Eye of the Beholder or It's a Good Life.
It's a good life. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So I don't, you probably have watched a documentary on this already now 10 to 20 times, but what do? They digitally took him in that and then just like reworked it?
Yeah, they had an actor do the voiceover.
That's right. I think that actually might be one of the questions in here because I remember reading about that. Most of the time when I come up with these quizzes, it's like just stuff that I'm like reading about, excited about it online. Like, and I'm like, oh, this is be a cool quiz. And then I forget all the answers anyways. So these still dupe me. I'd still fail this most likely. Okay. What slogan refers... Oh, that Jiminy Click. Here it comes.
What slogan refers to the randomized drop sequence introduced in 2003?
Face your fears. Never the same fear twice. Drop into the unknown. The ultimate thrill. These sound like snowboard video titles.
Yeah.
These are great, dude. Face your fears. Never the same fear twice. Drop into the unknown. Sponsored by Red Bull. The ultimate thrill.
Never the same thing twice?
Yeah, dude. Never the same fear twice.
Fear
But
twice.
we'll get judges. We'll give it to them.
Oh, thank you.
God,
wow.
You've only gotten like one or two wrong at all these, you fucking asshole. Who directed the Tower of Terror's pre-show film? Steven Spielberg? Joe Dante? Why bother saying Tim Burton or Guillermo del Toro when you've already gotten it right? It was Joe Dante.
Yeah,
right.
Joe Dante did Gremlins, The Howling. Yeah, Gremlins, and what's one where they shrink and they go inside your body?
Oh, dude, Body with Martin Short. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Interstellar.
Interspace.
Interspace. Interstellar.
Joe Dante is freaking...
He's great. I love his movies.
I mean, all you had to say was Gremlins.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't... You don't... in fact... What an amazing Christmas movie. Okay.
Burbs too.
Oh, he did the Burbs?
Yeah.
Burbs scared the shit out of me.
And it's funny. It's so
awesome.
funny,
As an
dude.
adult, it's so awesome, but as a kid, it's a terrifying movie.
It was. Your neighbors, don't trust them.
I live in the suburbs myself, and I think all my neighbors are murderers. Okay, no offense if any of you watches. I'm very supportive neighbors. Thanks for watching this.
Yeah, but he lives in Paris where they have bowl cuts and go to Disneyland and they chain their... I'm just kidding. You don't live in Paris.
Oh, Lake Paris? Oh, you're talking about Paris, France, or Lake Paris?
No, Lake Paris.
Lake Paris?
Family, the guy with the bowl cuts that kept his kid in the basement. Real weird neighbors to have, I'm sure.
Oh, that's terrifying, dude. I think is that where I skydived? No, Paris. I think my mom did like the tandem skydiving at Lake Paris. Okay,
That sounds about right.
here we go. Her chute did open. She is still alive. Don't worry, folks. That's why my hair's gray. Okay. What replaced the Tower of Terror at Disney California Adventure? Guardians of the Galaxy, Adventures Campus, Marvel Superhero Land, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Dude, they should have done a Star Wars ride for that. That would have been way cooler.
Oh, I know.
Actually, you know what? Nothing can replace Tower of Terror,
Yeah.
but Benicio del Toro's face and voice, it works for me.
I like Guardians.
I love that guy. I love Benicio del Toro. Dude, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
I saw the first one. I didn't see the second one.
Great movies. For Disney movies, it feels like James Gunn had a vision and he went with it. It felt like it was his thing.
Dude, so rad.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, well, it's Guardians.
Okay. Yeah, well, you got it right. Yeah, you knew you were getting that one. When did the That's the question like an adult, John. When did the California Tower of Terror close? 2018, 2019, 2017, 2016.
God, that's kind of tough because it's
They're all tight.
blur.
They're all tight.
It's a blur, dude. Man, maybe 2018, 19. Fuck. I think it's 19. No, it's 18. 2018.
2017.
Wow. It's a blur.
It's a blur, dude. What is the top speed of the drop sequence? Is it A?
Albert Hitchcock. No, it is probably okay. What is it?
Alfred Hitchcock. It's
Oh,
2024.
Dang, dude.
Actually, by the time this comes out, it's going to be 2025.
I know.
Unless our editor, what do you call it, our web guy takes too long. It's going to be 2026. Am I right, folks? Stick around. Stick around. Okay.
Unless the drones don't have a surprise on New Year's. Then it'll never come out. Just kidding. I love you guys. I'm excited
Trying
for
to
the
give me
future.
existential dread, you fucking asshole? What-
Sorry, I'm kidding.
I purposely don't watch the news, so I don't know about that stupid shit.
Okay.
It's pretty funny, though, how the government's like, don't worry, we can guarantee they're not going to hurt you, but also we don't know what they are. Like, you're like a lying parent.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with one of those. I constantly was like, what? Like, I constantly...
It's just how Santa did things this year.
No, it's really frustrating seeing the government the same way that you saw your mom your entire life be like, I don't think you know what you're talking about, but you keep lying and not... oh, my God, who's in charge here? That's what it feels like all day as an adult now in the world. Where
Yeah.
you're like, who's in charge here? You're lying, obviously, and also like, I don't think you're in. Can I speak to a manager? Like there's nobody. You're just like, okay, I guess I'll just go about my life. Please keep us safe and keep the grains making pasta for everyone. Okay, here we go. What's the top speed of the drop sequence? 25, 39, 45, 50.
39.
I figured that one was easy because the way ChatGPT did it, they could have done another 9, but they did these even numbers, 25, 45, 50, and then you got that one odd one out. Even subconsciously, if you didn't think about it, you'd still end up probably picking 39. You are right, by the way, but it's just like, they kind of gave you that. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't know that. Sweet
I mean, I
cheeks.
know there are people that buy jerseys with Mickey's face on the front, little Tower of Terror on the sleeve. It's like a hockey jersey. In the back, the number's 39. So you're like, oh, it must be the speed. But
They do Easter eggs like that.
They
for
do
sure.
do.
Yeah, and they get them tattooed on their balls.
they get them tattooed. My brother-in-law's a big Disney man, and he does wear jerseys, and he's got shirts with numbers on it. Okay, here we go.
How many guests could the original Florida vehicle seat? 22, 42, 18, 24, 26, 27, or 32?
27.
The answer was 22. You have now damned yourself to hell. That'd be funny if we had a
Fudge.
lever right here that I could pull and you would fall through the couch, but we don't have the budget for that kind of podcast, folks.
I feel like I've gotten
This
the
isn't a
majority-
Japanese game show.
I know. The majority has been right.
No,
though,
you've
just to remind everyone.
been rocking it. I didn't
Thank
think you
you.
wouldn't rock it. I'm doing Disney quizzes nonstop, and I'm like, Robert's gonna get all these right. But it's just my way of saying, hey, I want to lose because I like what the loser has to do to one of their best friends.
Well, thanks, man. I mean, that's the best New Year's gift ever, dude.
I have lined my lips with chapstick and coconut oil. I'm ready to rock. Okay, let's be serious. This is very serious.
Okay.
Now we're getting serious.
They could just sit on my face.
Question number 16. Which voice actor provided Rod Sterling's voice for the attraction? A. Mark Hamill, B. Mark Silverman, C. Corey Burton, or D. Jim Cummings? Jim Cummings. Jim Cummings in your mouth. That's when he was on The Simpsons for the Halloween episode. That's what they gave his name on the credits. All right, go on. You like that reference?
Yeah, I love it,
The Simpsons.
dude.
I love how The Simpsons did that. Okay, they
And
never
the Halloween-
used semen as a joke, but I would.
I would say it is Corey Burton.
It's Mark Silverman.
Ah, fudge.
But you would
sickles.
think it'd be Mark Hamill because
He's everywhere.
he's a voice actor, and ChatGPT did a great job with this quiz. What unique ride element allows the vehicles to move horizontally? Trackless technology, automated guided vehicles, magnetic propulsion, or hover systems? It's B, automated guided vehicles. God damn it, you're taking so long to answer
Dude,
this.
I almost
we
said
are
that.
making a podcast here.
I was thinking about it.
You
I
will
was
not
thinking
get a
about
point.
it.
You're actually subtracted.
Shucks,
You
man.
subtracted 40 points because of not answering
Ah,
quick enough.
fuck,
There's a clock, you
uh,
son of a bitch.
You son of a lovely lady.
Thank you so much. I'll let my mama know how you feel.
Thank you.
How many motors power the elevator system? 1, 2, 3, 4. How
4.
many motors? It's not 4.
2.
That's correct. 2. What safety features make the tower drop faster than free fall? Hydraulic boosters, cable pulling the elevator down, magnetic accelerators, weighted counterbalances.
TSA.
It's cables that pull the elevator down. It's actually
Okay.
cables like yanking it. Just go,
Whoa,
get down
really?
here.
Dang.
Yeah. What ride system's torque compared to what is the ride system's torque compared to a Chevrolet Corvette engine? Interesting. This is 50 times, 100 times, 275 times, or 500 times?
500 times.
275 times. So apparently the torque is 275 times that of a Chevy Corvette engine.
Wow.
So if you had 275 Chevy Corvette engines yanking you down.
God dang it, dude. You need a torque. You need some torque.
Oh, Chevy, baby.
Oh, shit.
I need you to torque me, baby. Torque me all night long. All of our dudes with Summit Racing stickers on the back of their trucks are just getting hard listening to this episode. Okay. What was the initial drop height of the original Tower of Terror? 100, 130, 150, or 200 feet? 100, 130, 150, or 200 feet? What was the initial drop height?
100.
130. I thought you would get that because ChatGPT has this thing in common. Are you starting to notice this in the quizzes? The odd man out is almost like obvious in here.
Mm.
And what we did the Nelson Mandela effect a long time ago with ChatGPT, I think like you could actually go with your gut of being like, oh, that's the odd man. Like it's happened on the other one too. Like it was 50, 100, 275, or 500. It's like you had increments of 50, 100, and 500, and then one was 275, and that was the right answer. Like ChatGPT is giving.
Is there a
us
way
the
to
answer.
prompt it to be like, hey, don't be so obvious over
Well,
here?
probably also not getting the middle class ChatGPT that's free and getting the one that you pay for. It's probably like a little bit more like, instead of being like, yes, sir, ChatGPT is probably like, I got you, sir. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a robot that's got their shit together. We've got the one that's like, "Durr," and it's still pretty amazing because the average person is like even less than "durr."
Yeah.
So it's still impressive. But
you know the salutes that you did. Do you think the Dur guy ever accidentally does that one salute? Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying.
Whoa. Strike that riff from the record, Your Honor. Jury, we ask you to strike that riff from the record, or whatever they do. Whatever they do in court.
Yeah.
What year was the video recorded added to the Florida Tower of Terror? 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016. This one's not going to be as obvious because these are all even numbers. Let's see if you can get it. What year was video recording added to the Florida? This is like the video where they like record you and like, I think, show you the photos or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or do it in the ride. 10, 2012, 2014, 2016.
14.
You're right. You're fucking right. You're fucking right. And I think you're reading my phone from over there. And I need to get one of those things that those people have that are paranoid where you can't see the phone from an angle.
I just feel like
someone had that on their phone the other day. And I was like, do you have like a thing on there? And they were telling me like when they travel, they don't want people to read their stuff. And I was like, huh? So maybe I need to get that for this show. Is that what you're telling me with your answers? Because you're getting all of them right. And then you get a couple wrong just to kind of make it seem like, you know, throw me off your tail.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We have 40 more to go on this one. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah. I asked it to give me like 100 questions.
I have like 10 for yours.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I take a lot longer to understand questions and come up with answers. Okay. Which hotel influenced the Tower of Terror's design? The Waldorf Astoria, the Mission Inn, the Beverly Hills Hotel, or the Chateau Marmont?
Chateau Marmont.
No, it was the Mission Inn, you stupid shit.
Oh, in Riverside?
Have you ever been to Riverside before, you dumb
Yeah.
bastard?
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's right.
Riverside Mission Inn is actually great, and I got a great story about that.
I love Mission Inn.
When I first started dating my wife, like we were like I don't know, 6 months in, her family took us to the Mission Inn for a family dinner.
Uh-huh.
And the food was exquisite, amazing. We had aperitifs after the huge meal, which is like, you know, you get the little alcohol that's got like different stuff in it. I have a sensitive stomach, dude. It was insane. We were driving back. And Mission Inn's like 35, 40 minutes, you know, with little to no traffic. And we were driving back on the 10 freeway. And I like literally, it was like one of the first times I was hanging out with my wife's family. And I was like, I have to go to the bathroom like right now. And like, they're all just like regular white people. They don't have like what I have, you know, like you tell me. So they were like, well, we'll be home in a couple minutes. And I was like tapping her dad on the shoulder. Like, I'm so sorry, sir. Like I like right now. So they pulled over. And apparently they had a whole conversation while I was in the bathroom. Like, what the hell's up with your boyfriend? You know, like, I told you not to date those Jews. Anyways, like I ended up going to the bathroom in a disgusting gas station that had like barf like overflowing out of the sink. And like, but I was so like, not my barf, just barf. Like it's just like a place where like crackheads
Riverside.
Go. Yeah, no, we were still in Riverside.
Yeah.
This is a commercial for Mission Inn, and then it just comes up on screen. The Mission Inn. The food was amazing. Nothing wrong with it. It was totally
good.
my bowels.
Presidents have visited there. And,
yeah,
barfed in
It's
there.
unbelievable. Like the food, it's what do you call it? I don't know if it's a Michelin starred restaurant, but it's fine dining. It's exquisite. But I made it to the bathroom. It was great, and you know,
it all came
here
out
we are.
okay.
It's like 20 years later with my wife. Like, and you know, her father-in-law and mother, her father and mother are I'm very close with. I love them. Everything's fine, but moral of the story is I have a very sensitive tummy. Don't ever go to India with me. Okay, here we go.
Or
I don't go to India, Indio, or Thailand. I would love to vacation with you, but
would you have Indian food in Indio?
Huh?
In Indio, would you have Indian food?
There is an Indian place in Indio, if you're asking that. I haven't been to it yet. There's also one in Joshua Tree that I haven't been to either, but I heard it's all right. I love Indian food. I just need to be close to a hole in the ground. Here we are. Is that too far? Is that too much to say that I get the shits easily as a heeb?
It was too fart.
It's too fart? Oh, God, don't go to 3 fart or it'll be a squoit. What's the highest G-force experience on the ride? 1.5 Gs, 2 Gs, 2.5 Gs, or 3.7 Gs?
2.5.
It is 2.5. You son of a bitch. You're really good at this. What was rejected? Proposed but rejected concept for a haunted attraction Disneyland. A ride narrated by Vincent Price, a Stephen King themed ride, a whodunit murder mystery. This is kind of a trick one, just so you know.
Repeat it, the question.
What was proposed but rejected concept for a haunted attraction at Disney parks? A ride narrated by Vincent Price, which would have been freaking awesome. A Stephen King themed ride, which could have been awesome depending on which novel they chose to theme it after. Or a whodunit murder mystery.
I'm gonna say Stephen King.
The answer was actually all of the above. They were all proposed but rejected.
Well, no, but Vincent Price actually happened at Disney Paris. They have a Vincent Price narrated Haunted Mansion.
I'm just reading what it actually. Here's what it said.
Oh, dang.
So screw you.
All right, well, I'm
fucking
sorry.
Giving me a hard time.
No, whoa, dude. How much did I get right on there?
27 out of 25.
Wow, holy smokes, man.
You did great.
All right, well, let's see how you do, because I may have to be blowing you till next Tuesday. So,
And speaking of blowing me, let's talk about our sponsors.
oh, yeah.
People are strange when you're a lender. You're trying to get people into some homes. That's why you need to work with Cole Strange.
Cole
He
Strange.
is the man. He is the lender. If you are looking for residential property purchase or a refinance, or if you just want to ask someone what that weird little skin tag is on your frenum, he is your man. Send him an email right now. Show him a photo. He will diagnose it. Not a doctor, but his wife is. Give Cole some information. He'll help you get your house. He'll help you feel good. He'll help you figure out what that thing is. Suck my Swick! Thomas Swick is our home boy. He's an awesome, awesome dude. He's also an awesome, awesome glass blower.
Not to be confused with
the Marvel superhero made out of glass that loves blowjobs from guys with long beards from the Central California, America kind of guy.
check out Thomas Wick's stuff.
Just trying to improv, and I was like, Central California. Well, he's Central America. No, he's Central Northern America.
Yeah, Central Northern America.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
He's from the middle of the country.
Yeah, but he's in the middle of our hearts, and we're
Our glass hearts.
Our glass hearts, dude.
Glass that Thomas Wick blew, and it was amazing. Thomas Wick makes hearts of glass, and then Debbie Harry makes songs about it.
Now a piece remains.
Yeah. Hi, I'm James Hetfield, and I'm just here. I'm James Hetfield.
And I'm Lars Ulrich. Fuck Napster. Ooh.
When a loved one passes away, you want to immortalize them forever in a respectful way. And that's what Dee from A Piece That Remains does. You send her the remains of your loved one, whether it be your uncle, your grandfather, your grandmother, maybe even a sibling or something else, just a dead person that you found on the highway. And you're like, someone needs to do something about this person's body. We need a funeral for this person. It can't just be, they can't just, it can't just go, it's got to be.
Yeah, it can't just end up on Napster like a free download illegal piece of shit over there. Lars Ulrich, I am.
In The Wizard of Oz, 1939, what was the hanging munchkin? Munchkin. I knew that.
Very disrespectful. Unlike Dee from A Piece That Remains, that would respect that munchkin. You just dissed the poor son of a bitch.
Well, I'm going to keep this short, dude, because actually,
What?
it was not a hanging munchkin.
Oh, that's like a
was,
popular misconception?
yes.
Because this is how much you can't trust it when you hear groups of people say stuff.
Yeah. Because you've heard this, right?
So many times.
When we were kids.
Since before the internet. When we were
Yeah.
kids, we would hear this.
It was like a schoolyard thing. Like, you can see a hanging munchkin. He hung himself.
Is that
and
not
he's
true?
hanging in the back.
Or was this a multiple
No,
choice?
Not true. We're going to see what the real
What was
answer
it?
is. Well, you can.
It was just like a light that was on a wire, and the wire fucking snapped, and it was all. And it had little legs. The light had little legs. So they thought it was a munchkin.
Dude, right now your explanation sounded like my favorite Leonard Cohen lyric.
Dude.
A light on a string and a strap. All right.
Beautiful. Give me a Leonard Cohen quiz for a Road Dogs podcast. So I can riff eternally. Sit and do a quiz with Robert on Road Dogs. That was written by Kurt Cobain before he died, before the podcast even came out. He is a very premonitious kind of guy.
He was.
That's why he killed himself. He's like, I'll never be as good as the Road Dogs podcast.
Well, we love
Smells
Kurt.
like Teen Spirit. Smells like the Road Dogs podcast is going to get an award at the MTV Music Awards.
Well, I don't know, man. We shouldn't speak too soon. But
It'd be cool if Dave Grohl just popped up behind us and that was like, our guest today is David Grohl. And he'd be like, you guys have a very obscure sense of humor. I'd be like, oh, we know, sir, Mr. Grohl. Please sit down.
Well, you know who could be a guest is not a hanging munchkin because it wasn't the munchkin. It was a bird, like a crane, stretching its wings. B, a dropped stage curtain. C, a crew member caught on camera. Or D, a broken pop. What was the infamous confused, everyone's perception was a munchkin hanging in the background actually? Was it a crane, bird, a dropped stage curtain?
Drop stage curtain.
It was a bird.
It was a bird?
crane stretching its wings.
Okay.
It was in a Hollywood motion
That's okay.
picture about animals that stumbled from another set.
It's just the first one. I have plenty of time to catch up. Go. Next.
Okay.
Go. Hit me.
All right, we'll do some cats up here. The cardboard cutout of Tom Selleck in 3 Men and a Baby was mistaken for what? A child ghost. B, a forgotten actor. C, a misplaced prop. Or D, a mirror reflection.
That was the ghost. I remember it was mistaken for a ghost.
Yeah,
Because
you got that right.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
seriously?
Everyone thought it was a ghost.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that was like a big thing. Yes. Okay.
These are
great.
fun.
This is great. This is
So
really
yeah,
good.
growing up, these are lore. Like the munchkin killed himself, and he's hanging in the background. No, we found out that was a crane bird.
This is what the Illuminati wants you to think.
That's true. You never know, but we do know now.
Then
that
how are we taking this quiz, Robert?
You know what it was? The cardboard cutout. It was
What?
a cardboard cutout. Everyone thought it was a child ghost. All right.
Why do you have a cardboard cutout of Tom Selleck?
Alfred Hitchcock. All right. Number 3 is what was rumored to cause Poltergeist 1982's so-called curse? Was it brought on by A, a real human skeleton used as props?
Okay.
B, a haunted filming location, Temecula. C, a seance conducted by the cast. Or D, an ancient artifact borrowed from this set. What do people believe cursed the movies? Was it the skeleton used as a prop, haunted location, seance, or artifact?
Shit, it's either the skeleton or the artifact, right? Am I narrowing it down at least good enough? Come on, dude. Don't.
Yes.
I narrowed it down. God, it's this.
Narrowhead water, dude. Everyone's favorite.
It's the artifact they used. Everyone thought it was the artifact. Maybe it was the skeleton. It was the skeleton that was. Maybe it was the artifact. It was a skeleton.
Skeleton, you got it right,
Oh, it's a
dude. It was a
skeleton?
skeleton.
Nice.
Whoa,
I know this.
man.
I know this.
I did not give that to
I know
you
this.
in the perfect moment.
I know
It was
this.
a skeleton, and you knew it.
I know.
All right. Well, in The Exorcist, 1973, another fun family flick, which creepy event was true during production? A fire destroyed the set except for Reagan's room. B, a crucifix mysteriously appeared on set. C, cast members heard whispers in an empty studio.
Jesus Christ,
Or
this is
D,
terrifying.
the director reported seeing a demon on camera.
I'm gonna throw up. That's all terrifying. That movie was so scary. I used to put my head under the covers when the fucking trailer would play. I was so scared of it, and I'm still scared of it. I still won't go see that shit.
Horrible.
It's horrible. I watched The Exorcist in the past like 10 years. It was just terrifying.
Great movie, very scary.
I don't remember this one dude at all, though. I'm gonna say it was the crucifix mysteriously appearing on set, but
Well, my friend, I got jitters myself thinking about it. It's a fire destroyed the
is that
set
true?
except her room. Ugh, how creepy is that shit?
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Good
let's move
God.
on to another
Good
myth.
lord, that's
That's
creepy,
fun for you
dude.
guys. Yeah,
Why wouldn't it destroy her room too?
I don't know. Well, because of Satan.
'Cause of Satan.
Because of Satan. is in
Kiss
there.
of Satan.
Now I'm all freaked out, dude, thinking about that movie. What odd myth surrounds the Wizard of Oz's toxic makeup? The Tin Man's silver makeup caused lead poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
The Wicked Witch's green paint was flammable. The Scarecrow's hay was infested with bugs. Or the Cowardly Lion's costume caused heat stroke.
It was the lead poisoning.
This is an odd myth surrounding it.
Oh, so it wasn't the lead poisoning? Shit.
An odd myth surrounding it.
Oh, because lead poisoning's true. Oh, fuck. What are the other ones besides the lead poisoning?
Lead poisoning, green paint from the witch was being flammable. The Scarecrow's hay was infested with bugs. Or D, the Cowardly Lion's costume caused heat stroke. One of those ain't true.
Green.
You got it, dude.
It was that they wouldn't have put. They had enough knowledge with makeup at that point.
Yeah, they weren't flame retardant, but apparently Michael Jackson.
They were regular retardant.
They were, dude. And why?
What are you, retardant? This kid's freaking retardant.
Oh, why did a rumor claim The Shining had secret messages about the moon landing? Kubrick supposedly filmed the fake moon landing.
Yeah.
B, hidden NASA logos were visible in the Overlook Hotel. C, Danny wore an Apollo 11 sweater. Or D, there were coded messages in Jack's writing.
Dude, those are all so possible. The Apollo 11 sweater? Apollo 11 sweater.
Got it.
Okay, can I just say something, though? Have you seen Room 237, the documentary?
I did see it.
Okay. They truly blew my mind with like the long shot that long shot that they do where Danny's riding the tricycle. And they're like, how is this shot isn't possible? Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's insane.
The shot's not possible.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just an idiot and they're like, just say it's not possible a bunch and keep showing it and it'll brainwash these idiots.
But like Kubrick was literally like the Da Vinci of filmmaking.
Yeah, but really has anyone ever explained? Is there like a YouTube breakdown video showing like how that shot is possible and that like we're all just idiots for watching the documentary and falling for that? Because I watched it and I was just like, oh my God, but I'm a gullible dipshit, which is why I don't believe anything because I'm so gullible and I'm self-aware that I'm gullible. I'm like, everything's a lie anyways, so just fucking stay focused. Keep your eyes on the road. 10 and 2 on the wheel. And then because I know I'm gullible. But that shot trips. I still think about that every randomly. I'll be like, hey, how'd they get that fucking continuous shot on the freaking tricycle if you didn't go up or down a level? How do they do that?
That's true. I don't know, but
freaking Kubrick is such an interesting dude too that you're like, I think he is involved in some conspiracies because you're like, he couldn't have not been.
Right. He did some amazing stuff, dude. He was a weird...
he's probably flying one of those drones over New Jersey right now, Dr. Strangelove style. He's probably like on the drone like, ah ha ha!
I mean, I hope so. I mean, he can come back to life to do it. That'd be great, dude.
You ever watch interviews with him and you expect him to have the voice of the guy from the Indiana Jones movies, but then he's just got like a very gentle voice for like being a big man like that?
Yeah.
So funny. He just sounds like a New Yorker.
Mm-hmm. He's got a very...
But he looks like he would talk like the Pavarotti guy from fucking Indiana Jones.
India! That's Stanley Kubrick.
But he doesn't talk like...
Yeah. No, yeah, he's fascinating.
He's just fascinating.
Yeah. And you know what else is fascinating?
The next question that you're about to ask me?
What bizarre theory exists about Disney's Frozen title? A, it was created to distract from Walt Disney's cryogenics rumor. B, it was meant to market snow technology for Disney parks. C, this is cool, actually, these questions.
I didn't know this at all, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And my kids love Frozen. We love Frozen 1 and Frozen 2, the genocide one. That's all dark and scary.
Yeah, that is a weird one.
We put black people in it, too, just so you guys will make sure that no one cancels us. And you're like, what? Where are we? We're in it's the Norwegian area with black people. Disney's Frozen 2.
It was a
Wokeson.
Weird one. Yeah, Wokeson, dude.
I bet someone's done a logo with that. Wokeson. Have you guys seen Wokeson? My kids love it.
They love it, dude.
That one scares my kids and me and my wife. We're like, it's
unsettling.
I don't want to learn about genocides when I'm watching Disney movies. I want to princess lost her shoe and she's upset. They're all, our parents died in a shipwreck. My grandfather was basically Hitler of Switzerland in the old days. And you're like, all right, man, this is a really heavy episode of Frozen. Like, can't your sister just say she's a bitch and make a bunch of stairways out of ice? Good God.
Dude, yeah, it is crazy. And you know what's funny, man? Is you got
everything when you stop and think about it.
Yeah, it was created to distract Walt Disney's cryogenics rumor.
Yeah.
It was meant to market the technology. It was a hidden tribute to Walt's favorite season, the title, originally Snow Queen. What bizarre theory exists about the Frozen
title was originally Snow Queen.
Well, it was the rumor that everyone had.
Okay, I was wrong. It was to market their fake snow in the park.
To distract from the cryogenics.
Really? That's the theory?
That's the theory people have.
What distraction do we need from the cryogenics? Like, people they have frozen themselves for cryogenics. There's a bunch of companies that you can pay after, like, you can pay a large fee and they'll keep your frozen head.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
You can read about it right now.
Futurama style?
Totally.
Wow.
There's people that still and honestly, maybe that is something that you could thaw your disgusting dead head out. And honestly, that's the only part of my body I'd want to keep.
True.
Not my fucking junies or my fucked up back or my weird hips or all the problems that I have. I'm like, just Put my head on a regular, healthy person whose ancestors weren't inbreeding constantly. Put it on that body, and let's see if I can finally, do some actual snowboarding.
Can you get a new cock?
I think that's implied, Robert. That'd be such a pain in the ass. They're like, we put you on this great body, and you're like, yeah, where's the dick? And they're like, you don't need that. It's the future. I'm like, okay, I think I want to be dead again. Imagine you come back in the future and nobody has any dicks, and you're like, does anybody have sex? You're like, we found that sex was just, it messed with productivity.
Oh
like,
my God.
What?
Dude, that's hilarious, dude.
That's
depressing.
a very
funny, very depressing and a great
depressing, hilarious comedy concept
and premise. Yes,
well, we'll do it at Road Dogs on Wednesdays at Barney's in Pasadena.
Check it out, folks. This is the final question of the night, of the day. What caused the rumor about someone dying in the Blair Witch Project?
Ooh.
A, the actors were genuinely lost in the woods. B, the found footage style was too realistic. C, a crew member went missing during shooting. Or D, it was based on a true story.
A, they actually got lost in the woods. Is that not right?
It's B. The found footage style was too realistic. That's what.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it was scary. I remember I saw it in the theaters. Before I realized that I should not put myself through the psychological trauma of seeing horror movies.
It was such a rocking time.
It was so scary. Dude, wasn't it scary?
Yes.
I was terrified in the theater. And I remember some young cholo kid behind me being like, that wasn't scary at all, fool. They don't even show her. And I was just like, that was the scariest thing I think I've ever seen.
It was so dude.
It was brilliant that they
unreal.
did that.
It was unreal when that movie came out. It slayed the audience.
Oh, totally.
It was
genius
so
that they did
good.
that.
Yes.
That's like when what do they call it? Like disruption, or when someone does like a new groundbreaking thing.
Yes.
Like that's groundbreaking filmmaking.
Yeah.
Going like, let's do it like this. And you're like, that's a genius that they pulled that off and made it so scary. And then remember Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
That movie also terrified the shit out of me.
I know. It was weird because Paranormal Activity was later. And it still did the same. It still had that same effect. Like,
it was awesome. It was so scary.
Yeah, you know what else was?
And it was in a track home too. Usually horror movies
Yeah.
are in scary houses, and when it's in a track home, you're like, "What the fuck?" That doesn't happen in track homes. Like
That's why it was scary.
Modern track homes, and it was so terrifying.
Dude, have you seen the one where
I'm a suburb kid, obviously, so to me, I'm like, "We're safe in the track homes."
Yeah. Well, have you seen that one where it's in the trailer and everyone just starts fucking